Grow.
How do we become better? How do we elevate?
Yeah.
How would you define elevate?
Elevate.
Mm-hmm.
The simple definition is, growing into a higher position or higher status, right? I think elevate, right? It's is first of all, it's being able to know where you are
Mm-hmm.
right now. Like you have to, in order for you to rise to a different dimension, you have to know your current dimension, right? And then once you become aware of your current dimension or your current level, then you can elevate to the next dimension, right? So we have past, present, and future. I'm just gonna use that terminology of past, present, and future.
Yeah.
In terms of like past is what happened before, and present is what's currently happening, and the future is our elevation.
Yeah.
Right. So you want to have. I see it in that sense of where my past can help me learn, and understanding my present, and my present can help me take me to the next level.
Yes. So the culmination of your past,
Yeah.
your present, and your future.
Yeah.
So you have lessons that you learned.
That you learn.
You have a present to better and to live.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have a future to look up to and aspire to be.
To inspire to be, yeah.
Yes, that's...
What would you say is your
I think
definition
you
of-
defined it. I mean, past, present, future, the combination of that, learning from our mistakes, being able to do what we can within the time that we have, the present, as well as longing and hoping for the future, but not hoping in the sense that we're just lazy and not doing anything.
Not doing anything, yeah.
But we're hoping and we're doing things
Yeah.
that will lead us to that future. That is elevation.
Elevation.
Yes.
I mean, that's what I was thinking, like the culmination of everything that's happened. And I think when we bring in guests or asking people questions, it's just gonna be about just talking about their life, right?
Yeah.
Talking about their stories.
Yeah.
What they see.
Yeah. And elevation can happen in different ways. I think a lot of times when we look at these great men, it's the storyline is pretty much the same, or they tell us, or I started here, I was there, but it's not always a straight line.
Yeah.
It's not always a line that goes straight, but there is ups, there is downs, and there's certain things that you learn from and you elevate in ways that you just didn't think it would happen. And so, like, sometimes we have our own visions and our own plans of where we want to be, how fast we want to get there. We have our plan, but that's not how things always happen. And so knowing that I can elevate from whatever perspective and whatever point in my life I'm at, I can still elevate. If I have that higher aim and I'm able to be consistent, I'm able to work and better myself and still hope, like, it's never too late to elevate, to become
a higher version of yourself.
Yes.
To elevate to a higher status. So I think that's going to be the theme of everything that we're going to be talking about.
Yeah.
What do you want to gain from this? Because I know what I want to gain from it. Mostly, like, for me, I would say the ability to articulate your thoughts. Very precise.
Precisely.
Yes.
Yes.
I feel like that's something that's going to be very tremendously beneficial in anyone's life.
Yeah.
Is your ability to articulate your thoughts precisely.
Yeah, that is important. And I think it's similar to what I want to learn. I think I want to master communication and relationships because I think that is the bedrock of everything. Everywhere you go, there's communication, there's relationships, and if you can effectively communicate through active listening, and I know I'm saying it sounds like something simple, we always hear it, but when you can really master the art of communication, you can really touch people's lives.
Yes. You become a whole different person.
That's what I'm saying. And you get to touch on the nuances that we don't see. Like we talked about social media, it magnifies the good aspect of you or the bad aspect of you. But if you can have that communication and relationship in order to relate to people that you could never relate to, in order to talk to people that you have differing views, and just that free speech, but not in the sense that I'm talking to offend you, but I want understanding.
Understanding, yeah.
And a lot of times people just want you to hear them out.
Yeah.
Yeah, just hear me out. That's it.
Yeah. Like I just wanted you to hear me out.
Yeah, just conversations.
I have a friend who, like, literally when we talking, they will tell me their things they're going through, and then I would just hear them out, and then at the end of it, they'll be like, "Thank you, I appreciate it for just hearing me out." And the urges, which is interesting, because I feel like we talked about this the other day. The urges comes when you feel like you want to say something.
Yeah.
Like if I'm talking or if someone is talking to you, you feel like you have to like follow up or something. Like you have to come up with a solution, or you have to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Because we get that a lot. And it's like whenever someone says something to you, you always want to have an answer.
Yeah.
You want to have a response. But that's not always the case. Sometimes I want you to genuinely sit there and listen to me. Like, regardless of whether you think you're adding value by not by whether putting your input, adding your input, or sharing your thoughts, you don't need to do that. Just listen to me. That's it.
yeah.
That's it. And I think that is the most important thing that we're kind of missing in society, where we want to listen to respond and not listening to understand.
To understand, yeah.